Merry meet YouTube, this is Kiki here, and I'm going to be doing my Q&A video today. Well, I'm going to be having to do it in two parts because if it's more than around 20 minutes, I can't upload it, so I'm going to try and get it to around 10 minutes or a little over. So, let's get started. I had to keep watch on the time, so I have them all written down here. Question 1. Do you have or are you thinking of working with any spirit guides? Really, the only spirit guide that I'm working with is a fox spirit that I think of as a guardian to me. I haven't really given thought to any other spirit guides yet because I really don't work with the dead that much. My witchy sister does, but I do not. I work more with nature spirits, if that makes sense. Like earth spirits, that kind of stuff. So, yeah. Question 2. Get to it. How did you first get into paganism? I've always been into paganism, but I didn't know it was paganism at the time. I've always been into the more spiritual side, more nature, animals, that kind of thing. That's what I've always been into. So, I really got into paganism about almost 3 years ago, actually finally getting into it. So, yeah. Question 3. What is your favorite witchy tool? My favorite witchy tool is more than one. Mostly it's just divination items, like my tarot deck, my pendulum, and my runes. Those things are always with my altar. I try and bring my tarot cards with me wherever I go because I'm very connected to my tarot deck. It's the first tarot deck I've ever gotten. It's the Hobbit tarot deck. And yeah, I'm a Hobbit nerd, but a Tolkien nerd, really. So those cards spoke to me for when I first saw them, and I wanted them instantly. So yeah, my tarot deck and my divination stuff. Where do you live? I live in California. Right now I'm at my parents' house, and I'll be going back about next week to my boyfriend's again. Yes, I know I was there for a month, and I'm gonna go back again, but I miss him. I'm used to being around him now, and I feel like I live there already, so California. Southern California, really. So it's really hot right now. Ugh. Question 5. Do you have any pets? Yes, I do. I have around a 2.5-month-old kitten. Her name is Thera, and she's a little calico, and she's very energetic and adorable, and very a mama's girl, as is her brother. Her brother's very much a mommy's boy, even though he's technically not my kitten. He's my boyfriend's kitten, and his name is Rune. And he's a sweetheart. He's a white kitten with black behind his ears and all his tail, and he's really fluffy. Whereas Thera's just the runt and tiny. And 6. How did you choose your path? My path chose me, I would like to say, because I've always been into the Norse side of paganism and the more nature side of paganism. So they just kind of meshed together for me. So the Norse and the Celtic kind of went hello and meshed for me. Because, yeah. So my path chose me. I didn't choose it. What time is it? Oh, 3 minutes. Okay. Question 7. What makes you feel more connected to your path? Nature. In either part, it's always nature, because the Norse worked in the nature as well, so just being around trees, being in a very foresty area, I always feel comfortable and at home. So that's why me and my boyfriend at some point are going to move up to Oregon into the more foresty areas, because then me and him will both be more at ease and more comfortable, and yeah, nature just makes me feel more connected to my practice. Question 8. How old are you, and what age did you find out you were pagan? I'm 24 currently. I'm going to be 25 in September. When I first found out I was pagan, I was around, in the last few years, I've actually labeled myself as pagan, so since I was like early teens, I was like put myself as agnostic because I was like, I don't know, and I was never allowed to practice anything else. So I guess around 18 I started going, I'm pagan. So yeah. Question 9. What do you do in your spare time? What I do in my spare time is actually spend time with my friends and my boyfriend, read, write. I haven't been drawing recently, but I used to draw a lot. I'm a big bookworm. If you all get to know me well enough, you'll know that I have a ton of books. The vast majority of books I have are related to Tolkien, J.R.R. Tolkien's work, the creator of The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings. I'm a very big fan. I also have Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's books of Sherlock Holmes, Grimm Fairy Tales, Edgar Allan Poe, and a lot of other classic things. I like older books, classical books. I do read like the occasional romance novel. I'm a girl, it happens. I like romance novels when I'm bored. So I read a lot, and I listen to music. Music actually helps me think and help me with my writing and creating characters and all that stuff. I was really big on Tumblr for a while, but I can't be on Tumblr because my computer decided to go and the fan decided to go kaputzi. So I'm here on my iPad. That's why I'm not on my computer. So yeah. What time is it? Okay, 6. Sorry, I have to keep track of the time. Question 10. What is your favorite skill? Divination, spells, spirits, etc. I personally love doing jar spells since I first did my first one and it turned out very, very well. And I also love doing divination. Divination has always been one of my favorite things to do. I've always loved tarot cards, runes, and all that kind of stuff. So, I guess you can consider the jar spells spells and whatnot, but specifically jar spells and divination. Question 11. Do you believe in karma? Yes, I do. I believe that there are entities that can delve out the karma for you, but sometimes we're tested and sometimes we have to be the ones to bring forth our own karma. That's what I've always believed. 12. Are you empathic? Yes, I am. I've always been, I was born an empath, so it's actually very hard for me to be around people in person. I have to step back and monitor for a while just so I don't accidentally delve into someone else's emotions because it's very easy for me to do so. And I've been around very negative people a lot in my life and it's made me physically ill being around them. So I have to be careful and I've started grinding myself better and shielding and whatnot. So yeah. Question 13. What part of your practice do you work with the most? The practice that I do is with the Norse and nature and fairies and very Celtic. I tend to do more work with the Norse than I do with that, but I do a lot of fairy magic. But yeah, I work with the Norse a lot more than I do with anything else. Okay. It's whited out over here, so I need to look occasionally so I can see it. Question 14. Do you work with other deities? I do. As you see, I have my little statue of Bastet right here. I work with her because I have a strong connection to cats, and it helps me connect better with her. So, yeah, I work with Bastet. I honor Hades and Persephone. I don't really work with them, but I honor them because they're a big part of my best friend's practice, so I think it would be good if I honored them as well. 15. Have you ever had encounters with a ghost? Quite a few times. I have had quite a few encounters since I was a child and up until this age. I'll go more into that when I'm doing my more supernatural experience videos. Okay? 16. What religion were you before you were pagan? I was born and raised to be Christian. And I lived in a household that didn't allow me to be anything other than Christian until I started living with my mother. my mother was raised, if you wanted to be a different religion, then you were allowed to be when you were at a proper age to decide for yourself. And she did that with her children, and I greatly appreciate that. So it's because of my mom that I'm able to practice, even though she kind of looks at me strange sometimes. Let's see. 17. Where do you go to find your witchy items? Metaphysical stores, regular stores. I like going to 99-cent stores and like Dollar Trees because you can find the things that you need at on a budget. Since I'm currently not working, being on a witchy budget kind of sucks, but you can still find good things on a budget, so yep. Let's see. Question 18. Have you ever been in a haunted house? I've been in a couple, and I will go more into that in another video for my spiritual experiences. And question 19. What are some of your favorite herbs? Let's see. Lavender is one of my big ones. Roses. I use roses a lot with Freya. Let's see. I love using fennel seeds. And cedar. Those are some of my favorite herbs. I can't really name any other ones right now. Yeah, I like using lavender, rose, cedar, and fennel seeds. And just, there's a couple of others, but those are the main ones that I do use. Lavender is always in a lot of things that I do as just like a little splash of me because I love lavender. Lavender has always been my favorite. It's just, it smells good. It tastes good when you have like something flavored as lavender, like a tea or something. And yeah, I love lavender. Anyways, looks like I won't be making a second part. I've actually cut it down a bit. Let's see. I want to say thank you to all the people that had sent me questions via putting the comments on the video that was asking for the questions, or via email or YouTube video. Just thank you everybody for sending me them. I really enjoyed them. I'm sorry I had to cut it like really quick sometimes, but there were a couple questions in there that I plan to make videos on, and I'll get more into them in those videos. And if you have any more questions for me for like to do another Q&A, I'm an open book. I have nothing to hide. Send me questions about anything about me outside of being a witch and pagan. I'm just normal. I'm a nerd. I'm a huge nerd. So if you have any more questions, let me know, and blessed be. Bye bye.